Yo, what is up, Honors? Steel Vico here, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking and showcasing what I have in this bag right here. It's a Gemmy life-size Scarecrow from 2006-2007, I believe. It is in this bag because it is my it is my uncle's. So the story on this is he got it at a not a world fair, like it was like some fair store or something like that, a while ago, like probably pretty close to actually when this guy was released at a store that was closing. And this is the store model, so unfortunately it doesn't come with its original box, but it was a store model, and it has never had the batteries in it yet. And I'm going to be putting the batteries in. He said I could borrow it for the season, which is awesome because it's just another prop to add to my collection, and it is a pretty cool one. I haven't actually seen this guy in years. I haven't actually been to his house in quite a while. Quite a few years, actually. And so I haven't seen him. So if you followed my Instagram, I'm excited because today I'm going to be seeing what he looks like from under here. I haven't actually seen it yet, like underneath, since like a few years ago, obviously. And I obviously haven't seen one of these activated ever because this is the first time since he's never had batteries in him. I used to be scared of it, but I suppose that's kind of for another video. So, what was I going to say? So, pretty much, I believe that covers just about all of it that on this guy. On it. So I haven't seen it yet. So, oh yeah, first impressions. My first impressions are I do see the button and I kind of see the outline of his face. He is pretty tall. You can see to my height. He is life size. Pretty much adult size, I'd say. So it's pretty. I believe it's pretty to scale. It's a pretty well scaled prop. Life size is accurate. So, one last impression is when I was carrying him back here, I can tell that his setup is a little rickety. I believe that this isn't the most stable setup for a static prop, if you, in my opinion. It is from 2006, but it's you can kind of hear the, if I'll be quiet, you can hear the shake when I do this. So, I don't know if that's going to be a concern. He doesn't move, so probably not. But I just wanted to note that this one, for some reason, seems to be a little shaky at the bottom. So, let's get right into it. Enough of me rambling. I believe this is the Christmas tree bag, by the way, if any of you were wondering. Let's see it. So, I'm going to do it from the bottom up, so unfortunately you probably won't be able to see it that much. And put the bottom. You can see, any of you that's seen life-size Scarecrow, I will show you guys the base layer in more detail. But it just looks like a plastic base right here, off balance. And now we're getting to the legs. Let's not knock it over. You can kind of see the legs here. You guys can see the base here. I believe this might need some adjustment, like sliding down, which you can actually do. So I'm unsure if he's missing some straw. If he is, that's okay, but I believe he might be. Unless he just doesn't have a whole ton. So you can actually see, this is already pretty cool from what I can see, because the legs, in some I believe they look a lot less stuffed and kind of faker. These aren't like stuffed really. But the way that the legs are doesn't look too bad, in my opinion, actually. I thought they'd be worse. So, yeah, I think it's already looking pretty cool. So, I am doing it slow for dramatic effect, by the way, guys. I'm not trying to be painful if any of you guys think that. So, his hands, I'm just going to do it. And here he is. And you can see the detail in his face and the burlap in his eye. A picture my uncle sent me was cool, but I believe it doesn't do it really justice.
you can see the, like, detail of the burlap in the face, and I think this is actual burlap. A lot of them actually, you know, will kind of have, like, a ponytail-like thing up in the, that kind of sticks up in the front. However, this one, and I don't know if this is different, it's actually, like, in the back, like, kind of like a ponytail, is, I guess, what I would relate that to. It's not, like, technically supposed to be one, I don't think, but it's actually tied off with string, which I didn't realize from some of the videos I've seen of this type of Scarecrow, which I think is really kind of cool, that little extra touch with the straw hanging down. The thing that I'm a little disappointed about when I'm looking back here is the fact that it's actually pretty flat in the back. Like, you guys can see here, it's, like, flat. It, kind of, like, flattens out. But I believe that's where the Velcro is, and yeah, I'm correct. Which my uncle didn't actually realize this was here, and I'm sorry for this blurriness here. But you can see the Gemmy Industries, corporation, like, if you can. My hand is in the way. It's kind of hard to capture. I believe that on video that I've seen, this is the first time that I've actually seen anybody film the back. So you can see the Gemmy Industries thing with this sensor, and on and off, or off and sensor. So, it actually kind of seals itself back up, which is kind of cool. Kind of a cool little thing that makes it a little easier. And I noticed the hay, I think, or straw, actually, it stays a lot better. I don't think it's lost any yet. So, I mean, that's kind of nice. But it is a static. Sorry about that. So, he does have that. I haven't actually seen the back until now, not even on video. I hopefully you guys were able to see that. I don't know how well I was able to capture that, but I apologize. It's kind of hard to get a camera into there. So he does actually have these pockets that aren't really pockets that I think are kind of neat. It definitely adds to the look of this actually being like a Scarecrow. Holy cow! That's really cool, actually. I didn't realize he had that. This is actually the original price tag, I believe, that the store that sold this as the store model was apparently my uncle left it on, which is really cool. You guys can kind of see that. I mean, does it add to value or anything? Probably not. I just think it's kind of cool that that's still there. And it's pretty unnoticeable. I think I might as well just leave that on because it's actually really cool. As I did say before, this was a store model at the time. It was the last one to be sold at wherever my uncle bought it from. I think it might have been like World Market or something, if that's accurate. So, yeah. So this is... I'll try to get a full shot here for you guys. So, there he is, and he's really cool, actually, and pretty creepy. And I definitely think it'll be a cool addition to my haunt this year. So, I'm going to try to, like, get his legs down, and I'm going to try and, just switch him on real quick, actually. Just see if that will work, if there's batteries already inside. Because my uncle, I was telling him about this, I was telling him about the props, because as you know, I look into this stuff, if you follow my Instagram, and, he had no idea this lit up or anything, so I thought that was kind of funny. I was confused at first. I did think that the battery was in the base, and the switches in the base, thinking of the old, like, I don't know if you guys know, like, the Kmart, Jason Voorhees life-size, I think had that. But thinking about that now, that wouldn't make a ton of sense, considering they could put it in the back right where the eye is for the light. So, he didn't know, so he had never tried to activate it. So let's see. Apparently it's never been, there have never been batteries in here before. So, unfortunately, it doesn't have any batteries in there. But it is, I think, just one of those ones you can pop open. And it runs on 3 AA's. Or 3 AA's. So I'm going to go ahead and insert those real quick. And I'll be back when I've done that. Alright, guys, I have gotten his batteries in, which was relatively simple considering it's one of those ones that you clip in. Um, it makes it a lot easier, in my opinion, to do. So, that's nice. So, I put the batteries in as 3 AA's, and something else I did want to mention to you guys was that my uncle said that they told him that there have never been batteries in there. Obviously, my uncle never put batteries in there. He did put him out a few Halloweens every once in a while throughout the years, just to decorate him, just have him standing there. But he was never actually activated. I don't believe he was activated the World Fair either. So I believe this will be his first activation when he's fully assembled, I guess. Um, Obviously, he probably was tested in the factory to make sure it works, but um, other than that, I believe this is the first assembly. So I mean, activation. So let's do this.
So yeah, we're just gonna activate him. The switch in the back with the Velcro on his head. All right. He is very cool, and something you guys probably have noticed, any of you Gemmy collectors out there, or just any really extreme Halloween fanatics like myself. Oftentimes you'll be able to recognize rare props even if you're not a Gemmy collector. Well, that is the case for me. At least I believe, if these the people that I've read in comments and stuff, when I'm researching these props or just looking into them because it's pretty interesting in my opinion, you'll notice that he had a yellow eye, which, if I'm right, and if a lot of people's comments are correct, that is a rare version. He is a rare yellow-eyed version, which is awesome because, not only am I borrowing this rare one, I mean, just a rare prop in general from 2006, he happens to be rare, which I think is really cool. But I honestly was kind of hoping he was rare when I first borrowed him because of one thing that led me to believe that there's a slight possibility he would be rare. Because he was the store model, I had reason to believe that if any circumstance was to be more likely to increase my chance of getting a prototype one, maybe not a prototype, but of a rare one, it would most likely be a store model. And I don't know if this logic is true with a lot of things, like a lot of Halloween props, but I figured it might with this one, and it seems I was correct, which is really cool that I was right. So, yeah. So this is a rare yellow-eyed one, which is awesome. And I know some people might like the sloppier, I call sloppy. It's not super sloppy. The kind of look more like quickly thrown together Scarecrow look of his face, and how he's got the ponytail like thing hanging, to the side, or like straight up. In my opinion, I think this looks a lot cleaner, and it makes it kind of creepier. Kind of how it's a little more skin tight. It kind of doesn't look super messy, but it looks really creepy in my opinion. I know a lot of people might not agree with me, but I personally would prefer this over one that maybe had the ponytail off to the side or straight up, kind of like messy. Obviously, this one was supposed to be neater, and probably might have actually had some touch-ups, since it was a store model. Maybe if that's a thing, I think that might be one of the reasons why it was like that. Some people might like to see the little, I keep calling it a ponytail, but it's just the part where where the burlap sack was supposed to be tied off, in the back, kind of. I might have it off to the side, when I display him. But I personally think it just looks a lot cleaner and kind of creepier this way. Because it still obviously looks like a scarecrow. It looks like he's got a sack over his head and all that. So I personally just like that better. That was a long rant about that, but in my opinion, I think that makes it a lot cooler. Or at least the way that I would want to see one of these.